Hey, Educator Barnes here, and my voice sounds a little scratchy or breaks up from time to time. That's because I'm a little under the weather. I actually had to take off a day of work, and today is the end of the third full week of school, and I hate taking off of work, especially at the beginning of the school year. But I was diagnosed with a sinus infection and a upper respiratory infection, so I had to take care of myself. So I'm feeling much better, even though my voice may not sound as great. So I want to title this series Life as a Black Educator. And the interesting thing about Facebook is that Facebook has this section called Memories where it will show you what you posted on the day. And so I looked in my Facebook memories and this post came up that I wanted to read to you. And this is from 2013. And this is what I wrote. I'm at work at a meeting today to discuss our 7th grade students. One of our students, who is Black, sucks her thumb. One of my colleagues says, and this is a white colleague, Shante, is that a Black thing, sucking your thumb? You know, part of the Black culture. I don't know too many white kids that do that at this age, but it seems like a few Black students do. This is the problem with urban schools. You have educators focused on the wrong thing. Hashtag, did I really just get asked that? Hashtag, being a Black professional. Hashtag, need more minorities teaching in urban schools. And so this starts a whole thread on my Facebook page back in 2013. And so someone says, well, what did you say back to that person? So this is what I said. I started off saying that I am not, nor is any Black person a representative for the Black race. I explained that as far as I know, there is no racial barrier when it comes to thumb sucking. Then I concluded by saying that we have only been with these students for a little over a week, so why this student sucks her thumb is not any knowledge I possess. And I carry on and make a second comment to say, you would have thought the conversation would have ended there, but no, because someone else says, another white colleague, well, maybe the Black kids do it for comfort. So being a Black educator, sometimes you get asked these weird questions. And so one part of my brain is like, well, maybe you really just don't know. But then the other part of my brain is like, but you're in a school where minorities are the majority and you don't know. Like, that's the problem. Being asked questions like that and then expecting me to have this magical answer. And so being a Black educator, I found myself in situations where I've been asked. Another question I was asked one time at work. We were talking about these students back talking, and particularly Black students. And so me and another Black colleague was asked, well, how do Black people deal with back talking and back channeling? Because, that was another little phrase they were using for back talking. And so I looked at the other Black colleague, and before I could say anything, the other Black colleague said, well, I can't really speak to that because that's not something that happened in my home. And so the underlying assumption was already made that because some Black kids are back talking teachers, all Black kids must be back talking at home. And since we were Black people, we must have been just going off at the mouth, back talking at our houses. So these are the type of situations you find yourself in when you're being asked to answer for every single thing that a Black child does. So as a Black educator, I can give you tips on how to be more culturally responsive, but sometimes it's just simple. I mean, it comes down to this one little thing. You actually have to make an effort to make a relationship with that child. So if that educator, that white colleague of mine, really wanted to know where that child was sucking her thumb, then you need to have a conversation with that child. Not go wait till we go to a meeting and go ask the Black teacher to say, hey, Shante, why do Black people suck their thumbs? And so if you're really concerned about a Black child, talk to that Black child. Talk to that Black child's parents. Have a relationship with that child. When you see the child in the morning, say something nice to the child. Compliment the child. Talk to the child while they're doing their work. When they leave, say bye. When you see them in the hallway, the cafeteria, have a conversation if you really have a concern. Because when you find yourself in a situation where you're just going to wait and ask a Black colleague to answer for that child, then you're just really not you're not taking the appropriate pathway to solve the problem. And so I just challenge you out there today. If anybody, whether you're white, Black, whatever, if you're having difficulty with a student, start with that student. don't find someone in that same ethnic group or same culture and think they can answer for that student, because maybe why that student has that problem has nothing to do with their race. It may have something to do with a totally different situation, which you would never find out without directly going to the source. So that's what I have for you today. So this is my first installment in Life as a Black Educator. Thanks for watching. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do that, you'll get these videos right away, instead of waiting for them to be posted online in the end. So do that. Until next time.